request Mr. Thomas Wee, Head Automation, Pesmill, to please come on the podium and share his inputs and thoughts on the current topic. Can we have a big round of applause?
So this one is a PPT, right?
Yes. This is the next slide. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank Metalogic for arranging this conference, which is the topic is very global and also important for our company. And also I would like to thank Pesmill for providing me the opportunity to come and speak to you about this important topic. My name is Tuomas Vuorenmaa, and I'm the manager of our ICT engineering in Pesmill. So me and my team, we are responsible of all the software and digitalization development in our company. First of all, let's set the scene and talk something about the goals of my presentation. The goal at the end of my presentation, I hope that we share the common understanding about the concept of integrated material flow and the benefits that can be achieved. Due to my background on the software side, I will be focusing on digital tools and also utilization of a digital twin in these material flow solutions. Also, one clarification is that when I'm speaking about warehouse management system, it also covers the yard management system. So I will not be speaking about both, but I will mean it will cover the both. And Pesmill is a long-standing supplier of in-mill logistics systems and warehousing solutions for various industries, including steel industry. And also we are providing this warehouse management systems as part of our solutions. Challenges in a steel plant. Main focus on the development of steel plants has been involving about the process lines and the main equipment. The material flow and the warehousing between these processes. So basically what is happening between the key processes is often not so efficient. The plant environment consists of various individual equipment and which are not so well connected. Logistics and warehouse are often manually operated, made by various suppliers and using different technologies. Like there can be coil yards with overhead cranes, ASRS systems, coil transfer cars, various truck and train loading and unloading equipment, and also forklifts. What we are proposing to this challenge, we have seen that by integrating the mill logistics with a centralized control system can bring a lot of benefits. When you combine intelligent material flow, process integration, automated warehousing and logistics, and all-in-one user interface, you can create a plant-wide solution to cover it. With the centralized control system, you can simplify the material flow between the processes and bring the main processes closer to each other. All mill logistics operations can be under one control system. and it's not dependent on any specific technology or equipment. When individual equipment is made to operate seamlessly together, you can gain more throughput when the equipment capacity is already maxed out. You can balance the utilization of the equipment. And it's all when you have control over the whole material flow cycle, you can enable better this like just-in-time deliveries. A single WMS system can control all of these functions from coil arrival to dispatch, like intermediate warehousing with ASRS, coil car systems, yard managements, EOT cranes, packing, a warehouse, a stacker crane, coil car, overhead crane, how they interact with each other, and how they are connected to the mill processes to do this. And you can get production data and shipping data, and you can get the validation out of it. And it can give you the guidelines for the software development. But what you are not getting is the actual software that will be run in your production system. And there will always be a gap between the simulation team and the control system development teams. But if you use a digital twin platform like what we have developed, you have one tool from simulation to production. The platform includes the WMS software, the actual software, visualization model, and the simulation engine. The simulation engine includes virtual models of the physical devices, and all the performance is based on collected data. And of course, it's natively integrated with the WMS. How you use it over the life cycle? So in the beginning, you can use this digital twin platform to validate the concept and even make changes before you make any expensive commitments. During the simulation and development, you are using the actual WMS software. So all the algorithms and optimizations are developed directly to the WMS software that will run your production later on. It enables virtual commissioning before any structures have been even built. You can shorten the commissioning time and secure the startup. And you can train the operators in advance, so they know when the system is running, how to operate it. It makes it possible to test different scenarios and changes to your production without hindering the production. And it makes it possible to develop your production plant in the future. Like you have capacity increases or process development needs, which you may need later on. You can use this digital twin safely. One of our customers told us this quote. We had 24 hours to commission a huge project for them without bothering their production. So they were also saying that previously the simulation only provided the guidelines, and today it gives a fully functional software ready for production and significantly shortens the commissioning time. To summarize, integrating material flow solutions and complex material flow solutions is possible with digitalization, independent on the platform or the equipment used in the plant. when you involve these digital tools, you can simplify the software architecture and make the throughput of your production very efficient, even with the auxiliary equipment involved. An easy user interface provides a lot of future expansion capabilities. And digital twin is a key enabler over the process life cycle. So one tool from validation to simulation, production, and optimization. And also not to forget about the process development and other future changes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas, for the wonderful presentation and sharing your thoughts and insights with us. Now I request Mr. Gaurav Verma, DGM, Business Development and Branch Head, Dastu, to please come and present his views.
इससे भी यूज कर सकते हैं ना So, good afternoon everyone, respected seniors, dear friends, and thank you Metalogic for this opportunity. So, since morning we have talked about importance of logistics and every aspect of life, whether it is factories, industries, or maybe battles or wars which have been lost due to insufficient logistics. One of the glaring examples being the Napoleon Bonaparte when he tried to force a war on Russia. One of the reasons was insufficient logistics. So we as a consultant, we are very much focused and obsessed with the EBITDA improvement opportunity, be it from any parameter, be it process efficiency, productivity improvement, energy usage optimization, technology adoption, or decarbonization now. So in this, we'll be focusing more on in-plant logistics improvement. And logistics, since morning, it's a science of managing the movement of goods from acquisition to consumption. So this is what we, Dastu as a company, has been doing for the last almost 70 years, driving synergies between technology, engineering, and economics. So our main focus, one of the major focus is on optimized design or layout of the plants and logistics which have a provision for future expansions. So our value proposition consists of technology, engineering, and economics. And for this, we have been trusted by various clients around the globe for the last 70 years. And we'll be proud to say, perhaps there is no one who is attached to the steel is not aware about Dastu. So when we talk of supply chain and logistics, these are the two main parameters, capacity optimization and operations optimizations, which has to be looked into. Capacity optimization being taken care by asset utilization. Most of the time we have assets at place, but however, we are not able to extract the maximum capacity of the existing assets. So after that hidden capacity extraction, all the systems practically they have some hidden capacity. So by extracting that capacity, we can improve the logistics or supply chains with minimal investment or at times zero investment. And then scaling, making the operations layout flexible and layout optimization. With some here and there, we can increase the overall efficiency of the layout. Second, operations optimization. Cycle time reduction, it may be as simple as like increasing the speed of the crane at times, provided we have carried out a bottleneck analysis. And then accordingly planning logistics and redesigning supply chains. So the main objective here is how we can improve the financial viability considering capex requirement, opex, and ultimate benefits to our end clients. So we'll be presenting a few case studies here. This was a case of 3 million ton capacity expansion by an integrated steel plant. So the problems they were facing was high turnaround time because the incoming rakes were electrical locomotives by Indian Railways. However, the plant was operating with diesel locomotives. As a result, they were facing high demurrage cost, throughput was low, equipment utilization was low, numerous wagon splits because the longer rakes which were being provided by railways were not able to cater to a single strand of the wagon tipplers. Due to this, we have to carry out these all small list of 6-7 points like logistics analysis, rail transport analysis, time and motion study, congestion analysis, discrete event simulation, and scenario sensitivity analysis. So the solutions which we suggested to the client, closure of some of the multiple low capacity tipplers and install less number of high capacity tipplers, some placement of new tipplers, electrification so that the incoming railway rack can directly go to the wagon tipplers locations for unloading the rakes. Agrawal sir, something very similar which you have told in your presentation. So with this, what we were able to give to the client, operational cost of almost $30 million for the next 25 years and present benefits of around $23 million while making this scheme operational. So it was a battle between traditional approach, increasing the capacity in accordance with the required expansion capacity, and the second one was hidden capacity analysis. And this was how we did it. We have mapped the entire network. We carried out a discrete event simulation studies to optimize their layout, suggested some new unloading points, removed some of the points, and this was the final results. Iron ore capacity from 11 million tons to 18 million tons we were able to give to the client. And the most important benefit was faster turnaround by reducing the number of tipplers which were in the system. One of the reasons was because of the lengthy rakes, there was a delay on unloading the part because most of the rakes were concentrated at the initial stages. So next, now going to the plant logistics. So this study was carried out for a steel melt shop. The problem was high tap to tap time because of its low productivity and low utilization of caster. So again, we carried out data analysis. Entire steel making process was analyzed, and finally the solution, some here and there, and with an investment of $8 million, additional profits of $5 million were suggested to the clients, and payback period was only 1 year and 7 months. And this is how we have done this study. So this is a small video how we have simulated the entire steel making process. So basically we have replicated the steel making process, and then suggestions were provided to the client. The most important being 28% in the melt shop throughput and EBITDA improvement of almost $4 to $6 per ton, which is a huge considering the competitiveness of steel industry. And third, again, another case study. Basically, this was the integration between the inbound logistics and the in-plant logistics. So as a result, very high amount of hot metal was staying on the track due to the congestion in the network. As a result, the hot metal temperature was going down. Again, that hot metal has to be heated up in the ladle refining furnaces before it was being sent to the casters. So again, same approach. So by suggesting a couple of ladle refining furnaces just before the casters, we were able to reduce the waiting time with 85% with more flexibility in the operations. And in terms of net money, almost $3 million of benefits per year we were able to suggest to the client. So this already Sudhi sir has covered in his talk. So I'm glad I am on the right track. So we believe in a facility which is lean, a seamless flow of people, materials, minimal inventory build-up. Finally, the synergy between operations, equipment, materials is very crucial for a successful, or I'll say optimized layout of any facility. It's not, we are carrying out such studies for almost all of the clients. Our first is Tata Metallics, in which other than in-plant movement, we have also carried out a transportation study within the plant premises. So I'll just go over through this. This is what Dastur is carrying out studies, starting from raw materials till operation and the final product mix. And we are not talking this for industry perspective only. In the COVID and after COVID, we are also working on a lean, mean workforce so that our deliverables are met at right cost, at right quantity, to the right requirements. Maximizing efficiency and productivity and zero compromise on quality. So we are headquartered in Kolkata, but we are located across the globe. And with this, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gaurav Verma, for the wonderful presentation. And now I request Ms. Monica Bachchan to please come on the stage and present this memento and token of appreciation and respect to our speakers. I request Ms. Bachchan to please present the memento to Mr. Pankaj Tripathi, Journal Manager and Regional Operations Manager at SMO SAIL. Thank you so much, sir. I request Ms. Bachchan to present the memento to Mr. P.K. Agarwal, Founder and CEO, PPS International. To Mr. Thomas V., Head Automation, PESMIL. And last but not the least, Mr. Gaurav Verma, DGM, Business Development and Branch Head, MN Dastur. Gentlemen, I request all of you to please have a group picture. If you can come along with your mementos, then that would be cherry on the cake. Thank you so much. So I think now we can have the questionnaire once again. And please raise your hand if you want to participate in the quiz. Only 5 people are allowed at a... So please come. Yes. Yes, please come. One, 2, 3 more. We have 3, 4, 1 more. So can I come to the question? So what is the average logistic cost as a percentage of GDP in India? He raised his hand first.
14 to 16%.
Sorry?
14 to 16%.
14 to 16%. Sir, can you explain how this is calculated? Please give him the mic.
Exact calculations, it was there in one of the slides, I remember. That is from the. I remember that figure.
Okay.
The steel sector, it is 16 to 18%.
So you have a very good retention then. You were a good listener. But we requested, yeah. So the question is, I'm repeating the question once again. What is the average logistic cost as a percent of GDP in India?
Again, see, if you have to logically deduce this, right, as a part of GDP. So GDP constitutes of the imports and exports that we do, right? And for exporting anything, we have to go by ship and air. And for imports, it's about the rail and road as well, right? So if we calculate the total amount of imports and exports that have been done to all the, logistic avenues, like whether it is road, shipping, air, and rail, and if we calculate this as a part of the total GDP, then we can reduce the percentage arrived.
But how we are dividing it? What is the exact equation, how we are calculating it?
Okay.
We must be dividing it with a particular number. So what is the denominator here?
So denominator should be, so GDP, right? So
Yes.
yeah.
So can we have a big round of applause for him? So,
Myself Vishnukant Vittal Rao from MSPL Limited House.
so please come on the stage and join us. I request Ms. Bachchan to please present this hamper, Diwali hamper I should say.
Yes, this is just on a lighter note. We are doing this one activity as a conversation.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. And now we have special presentation on logistic services by Ms. Sulochana Ghosh, Chief MNS Railways and Business Excellence. Can we have a round of applause for her? Thank you. All the best.
A very good afternoon to all the distinguished guests here. I'm Sulochana, and I would be talking about logistics more from the theme that was given to us, that is modern logistics. Previous speakers and my boss, Mr. Dinesh Shastri, redefined it, saying that it should be not modern logistics, but logistics in modern times. So I'll try to kind of maneuver within these, the timelines. So Haiva Paiva to all the guests from Finland. I think that is how you greet them. Good afternoon and good day. So this is a extract from KPMG, and it builds the context for my presentation and also what has been discussed since morning till now. If you see, it's a little dated report. I think it was 2022 there, and we have taken these inputs and insights to bring the key parameters that we would like to be discussing here. So typically, if you see, the way we are seeing logistics or modern logistics, the priorities from a customer perspective is changing. Earlier, we were more on where is the cargo, to now we ask that you let me know when the cargo has left the origin point and you let me know when the cargo has reached the plant. So that is the end-to-end visibility, and when we talk about end-to-end visibility, it will have a lot of touch points on technology and it will have a lot of touch points on data as well. The second piece, which is more on sustainability practices, and I will bring here my personal experience that in last two conferences which I had the opportunity to attend upon, though they were different theme-based conferences. One was on steel industry and how steel industry is transforming going forward, taking sustainability as a key focal point. The other conference was on sustainability, and it was more from, Industry 5.0 and how supply chain management is acting a key role there. Distinctly different kind of conferences, but yes, if there is a common point which I have to, bring here, and that was the sustainability practices, and a lot of work that is going around here, and since there are industry leaders here, people from strategy divisions, people from procurement, I would like to, leave a point here that how many times our buying decisions or our business notes are actually having sustainability as an element and as a focus point. Unless that becomes, the key to take it forward, I think this is more still, we are talking on fringes, and we have to make it really core. The third point, which I think we all believe that cost is very critical, and yes, whatever we do, nobody is wanting to pay a premium for the services that we can say are differentiators like sustainability. So yes, we have to bring it at that rupees per ton cost that suits you. So with this thought, I'll just move to the next slide, which again will kind of summarize that what I was talking about. So when we say cost now, the cost has two crystal clear elements. One is economic, which we all know, that is kind of per ton rupees pricing that we play. But the second is social. And here I would like to impress and stress that social is something what we are giving back to environment, what we are giving back to society. So it's very important that through our services, how we are impacting the social element, we have to bring it in our core decision making. Resilient is, I will say, it's a more synonymous word when we heard COVID and how everybody started using multiple different ways, suddenly inventory. So a lot of things are already there as alternative transport modes, and I would like to touch upon in my next slides from a resilience perspective. Reliability, I think I'll not spend too much time here, because reliability is something that we have to make a centerpiece when we talk about giving services to customers. Now, some of the enablers which can support modern logistics, and if I go take you back to the first element of cost, which talks about social as one of the key levers, then a lot of points in terms of reduction in carbon footprint, which is towards the right of the slide, even a reduction of idle weight, which comes from operational efficiency by using your assets better, by rotating them well, and network optimization. But yes, interesting is that players are already taking care of biofuel, LNG, and cleaner fuels as alternatives. We do speak about inland coastal as an alternative nascent stage, and it needs more participation and encouragement from all the industry players to make it a key success factor. I'll move on to the next slide, and this I have placed more as a knowledge snippet. we all know, I mean, most of us know about scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 as an carbon emission factors. Typically, scope 1 restricts itself to what the company generates directly, easy to understand and easy to measure. When it comes to scope 3, it is around your electricity purchase and utilization, again something we understand and we measure it better. But when it comes to scope 3 and there, logistics becomes a part of your the scope 3 part, because it is something which you do not have a direct control. You have outsourced it to other parties. And this particular space, logistics, both upstream and upstream, becomes a part of your scope 3. Interestingly, while most of the companies here have taken net zero targets, and I'm bringing an Indian context here because maybe internationally and our other European players, when they speak about scope 3, I mean net zero targets, they include scope 3 also as a base element. But when we talk in Indian context, most of the companies are only restricting their emissions to scope 1 and scope 2. However, scope 3 becomes a very critical part because it adds up to a huge percentage in terms of your entire carbon emission. This specifically, the data of 31% reporting cases will get validated, because manufacturing industry, if we take just the example, because this was more towards steel and minerals. So manufacturing industry, 40% of the emissions are coming from scope 3 data, yet it is not getting recorded. So I leave a point here that, is it a compelling case if we are actually talking about net zero targets, then scope 3 inclusion becomes a very compelling case. So that's the point I wanted to bring it out here from a knowledge perspective. Now, recently, since I'm talking about TMILL, we have done our carbon footprinting, and we have taken care of all the scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 emissions. And just to give a sense that being a logistics company of 1,600 crores revenue or top line data points, we generate 1.84 lakh tons of CO2 annually. So this is just a perspective. Also, a request to all the key players here who are actually taking the sustainability journey forward in your organization. This is a point to ponder. So with that note, I'll move to the next slide. This is the organization that I represent. So if you see TMILL, it started in 2002, and we are a JV of Tata Steel, NYK, and IQ Martrade. It's a German company. We started more as a port operator in Haldia as Terminal 13, which we call the name of the terminal. And today, as I stand here, we have, it's all highlighted in blue shades to just give you a sense that we have moved in last 2 decades a long journey. And as I stand here and speak, I think specialization in steel, bulk, and project is our forte. Now, we do have a stall out here where we have talked about our services, but in specific, we have given more focus to our railway vertical. And with this slide, little glimpses of the services that we provide. So as I said, in Haldia, we are based out in our port and port logistics services. We have our own terminal. We have our own assets. As you can see, these cranes. And apart from that, in ports, we are also active in Paradeep. So it is little eastern centric. Maritime services is more to do with your vessel agency calls and nominating vessels, declaring vessels in ports, and that is also an activity that we do. The second activity, which is again very much EXIM related, is customs clearance and inland logistics. This is where we do the customs clearance, and I have had the opportunity to work in customs clearance at 2 different time intervals. So if I have to again bring modern logistics from a customer perspective or a point of view, then yes, 10 years back, a customer would ask me that, is the duty paid and has the shipment moved out of Kolkata? Today the question or the articulation of that question is very different, and they would ask that when is it reaching the plant? And we also have to give them GPS access visibility of the cargo. So those are some of the key change in redefining the customer, I would say, deliverables. Freight forwarding, I think it's a very key or a vital logistics service. I would not spend much time on that. Railways, I have a detailed slide. Other than railways, we are into warehousing. Shipping, this is a picture of our own ship, which you can see here. It's a Panamax bulker. And we as a logistics player are also piloting or experimenting some new modes of transport. And I have some data points which would make a lot of sense to all of you. And I would also request you to, take it forward. So you have to give me some more time, sorry. So these are some specialized wagons that I have placed out here. There are more models here, but one key point which I would like to place upon here is that while it takes steel, finished goods or raw materials, and there was discussion about GPWS policy, some operational challenges, but the fact remains that this mode of transport is helping us to really improve our carbon footprint for our customers. Just to put a place here that people who are from railway, they know this is an exact RR or a railway receipt, and it gives you exact numbers of points that you have earned only by moving the cargo through a rail mode and not through road. While this is more a motivation to use rail as an alternative mode, but moment this gets linked in future to, I would say, an incentive, a commercial incentive or a financial incentive, the plan for railway to improve their modal shift from 27 to 45% will get accelerated, and that's my personal view. I have talked about it, and let me bring out here the two case examples which I was referring to. The first one is moving a shipment from Kolkata to Agartala. These 64 is just the carbon emissions that are coming out, or CO2 tonnage that is coming out from this movement. And if I have moved the same, and we have moved this, so it's a pilot, through a Bangladesh protocol routeways. So here the emission is, you can say it's almost 1/3. Interestingly, this was equivalent to the per ton cost that we had through a road transport. So that was the first point to tick for our customers. And after that, yes, there are challenges. As I said, that we need more, players or industry players to understand multimodal or coastal movement as a way of modal shift. And current challenges that we do have some infrastructural challenges because of the depth of the river routes and etc. But 2-3 players, if they just come together and if we consolidate the cargo and make that cargo size, it's a good opportunity to, I would say, save, I won't say save cost, but save your carbon footprint. This is another example, interesting, lot of efforts gone here. I think it's 113 ton cargo, which we are showing here. And it's a ball mill shell, it's for steel plant. And it has moved all the way from Tuticorin to Jharkhand. Opportunities for us to showcase that yes, this is possible. So a lot of arrangements were done to move this smoothly from here to Jharkhand, from Tamil Nadu. Since I'm on a time stopgap, I think I don't have much to speak here, but quickly give me 2 minutes. I represent an organization which is in as I said, port operations and vessel agency. I think the highlight of the slide is we we almost handle 17 million ton of cargo per annum, and we are handling 600 plus vessel calls in port agency. We are into freight forwarding, and I think I mentioned earlier that project shipment is our key forte, and we have managed last year 10 air charters for JLR from Dammam to UK, and we take a lot of pride because a very crucial team has worked around it round the clock to make it happen. We are into warehousing and supply chain also, and handling of customized Pravesh doors. So this is, our team is out here. You can chat more with them to understand more about our warehousing services. We are also into shipping services. This is our subsidiary which works out of Dubai, and we have two of our own ships, one small size and one Panamax that has spoken about. So with this, I think the last slide, we have touched upon a lot of things where data becomes a key point. And as TMIL, we have moved to cloud. We have SAP S/4HANA as our application architecture. We do have projects where we have integrated our systems with our customers. This more from a customs perspective, I'm saying. And since we are handling a lot of data, I think one very critical aspect is also that we are ISO 27001 certified, which is more from security and data privacy perspective. So with this, I would like to say thank you. And one last slide, which talks about the vision of TMIL, but we take a lot of pride in saying that we are honored as a dream company to work for, and there are other accolades also associated with TMIL. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. And this is the last slide I would like to leave you all with. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sulochana Ghosh, and I request Ms. Bachchan to please come on the stage and present a memento to Ms. Ghosh for the wonderful session and the insights shared with us. Thank you once again. And now it's time for the quiz, time for the hamper. So top 5, please raise your hands who want to participate in the quiz. After that, we can proceed for the lunch. Please raise your hand. Then I'll display the question here. So I think we have all 5. 5. So I think I should ask the question now. What is the share of road transportation in India's total freight movement? Yes, sir? 62%. Sir? 68%. Any more guesses?
70%.
68 is the correct, sir. But please explain how we are calculating it.
Most of the transportation in India done by the road.
Sir, but how we are calculating it? How this percentage is coming out?
This is obvious that approximately 2/3 of the transportation will be done by road in India, and after that there is a railway, and minimum transportation is done by the waterway.
Okay.
See, that is the gist of that.
मतलब ये 68% जो आ रहा है वो कैसे आ रहा है? इसका कुछ फॉर्मूला भी होगा?
I said that around 2/3. Mr. 66
True that. टोटल रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट का जो कंपोनेंट है उसको रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट और एनी अदर ट्रांसपोर्ट अगर मैं इसमें चेंज भी कर देती डिवाइड बाय द टोटल कंपोनेंट. सो partially you were correct, but he gave the correct explanation. No worries, sir. Thank you so much. Mr. Rajat, please. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Happy Diwali to Mr. Rajat, and Happy Diwali to all of you once again. I request all of you to please proceed towards lunch area, but please meet me sharp at 1:50. And the next session we have pipes and tubes logistic for liquid and gas transportation post lunch. So please meet me sharp at 1:50. Enjoy your lunch. Have a great time.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.